I want to ask you a question. I've seen movies about submarines
Right.
and that water dripping down.
Yeah.
Did that really
Well, that
happen?
happens. Yeah, if you get a terrific vibration when those depth charges are, depending on how close they are, but it could spring a leak with like a valve might spring a leak. Well, somebody'd go, one of the machinists or somebody like that would go and take care of it. And it wasn't a big thing. At one time, however, when we started to dive, somehow in the upper hatch in the conning tower, a rag got caught in that thing and it didn't seal and water started coming in. And immediately, of course, they surfaced and we went back up and they took care of it, and then we went about our duties, whatever we were doing at that time. But we'd go out for about anywhere from 35 to 45 days.
Where was your home base?
Well, we didn't have a home base.
Okay.
But they'd send you, we came back into the Marshalls once, we came back into Midway once, and our last stop was back to Pearl Harbor. The war was still going on at that time, but that was after that patrol where we got beat up so bad that they sent us back to Pearl Harbor because they knew they were going to have to do a little more work on us to get us ready for the next patrol. And I don't know if you've been to Waikiki Beach, but Waikiki Beach was nothing like it is today.
Oh, no.
They had two hotels on the beach. The Royal Hawaiian, which is a pink palace, and the other one was the Moana. Well, the Navy took over those two hotels during the war. And they put the enlisted men, when we'd come in off a patrol, while we'd leave the ship for usually 2 weeks R&R. But we'd beat up, so they said, well, we're going to spend at least 3 weeks on shore. So we went to the Royal Hawaiian for 3 weeks.
And that's right in the middle of Waikiki.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And of course, now they're just wall to wall out there.
Yes.
But
Now, when you were on shore, did you ever have the occasion to meet anybody from Claremore?
no, I tell you what, when I first went to Pearl Harbor, when they first sent me over there, there was a short period of time before we left to go out to the Marshall Islands on the subtender. And I'd heard that, I don't know if you know the name Earl Iba. He was our basketball coach at Claremore High School. He was my basketball coach. And he was only there 1 year. And then the war came and he got drafted, of course. But anyway, he was our basketball coach at 1 year. He was a younger brother of Hank Iba over at OSU.
Okay.
Anyway, he came and coached us that 1 year. So I heard he was in the Army. They drafted him in the Army. And I'd heard he was at a camp there on Oahu in the Hawaiian Islands. So I kind of stirred around and got some people to help me find out where it was located and so on. So one afternoon I did go out and see him.
Okay.
And my uncle that had given me the advice about being in the Navy, he was at that time stationed on Oahu at an Army base.
So he was still in the service?
Oh yeah, he was a career man. He'd been in the service 10 years when the war started.
Okay. And then the Army, you said?
And then that's the only two people that I saw that I knew while I was there.
Yeah.
But and even after I came back to the States, to San Francisco, after the war, why I didn't find anybody that from Claremore, not a soul.
Now, so how many years were you in the service?
3 years.
3 years.
Uh-huh.
So you said 40.
I got out in 46.
Okay, so the war was over.
Late winter, early spring of 46, I got out.
Okay.
And actually I'd been in about 34 months, really.